The hope and the objective in investing is to earn an excess return, a return bigger than what you would get in the market, another investment at similar risk. The hope in distressed asset is that these dissuade some people from want to be involved in them. Some people might stay away from them. And the hope is if enough people stay away from them, then you might be lucky enough to find some opportunities that others have left behind. Distress is where you can be in the public market, but hopefully in a quieter part of the public market where some assets will be priced at a level below their value, and therefore you can get a return that might be a little bit outsized. I say it's a hope, but let's be honest, every area in the market is competitive, and so it will be difficult. You'll need real skills, real talents, and some degree of luck in order to find those opportunities. The mechanisms of value creation, value destruction are central to everything that happens in business. Everything you do in business, every decision you make, every action you take has a value impact. It either creates value or it destroys value. The fact that you don't know which one doesn't mean it isn't true. It is one of the two. If you're in distress or if you're dealing with a company in distress, what that means is they've probably been destroying value. So understanding the value creation and value destruction, being able to distinguish the two, and understanding how to put in place an organization, structure, people, etc., to make sure it can go from value destruction to value creation is an absolutely essential part of the industry of distress investing and also of this program. The great thing about distress and distress investing is no matter what the state of the economy is, there will be companies in distress. Even if it's not an urgent thing in a macroeconomic context, when it's happening inside a company, it's urgent for that company. And if you hadn't already skilled up and gotten prepared for what you're about to deal with, it's too late to get skilled now. You've got to deal with it. Well, everybody would benefit from taking this program because every company eventually experiences some degree of financial distress. And so the managers of businesses are going to deal with this at some point in their lives. All of the advisors who work around these folks would benefit from this. All other investors are going to be involved in trying to maximize their recovery. What's unique to this course is the context is distress and distressed investing and dealing with distressed companies, which means you're going to learn a lot of things about, well, the backdrop of that is the law. So there will be issues about dealing with Chapter 11 and doing out-of-court workouts versus in Chapter 11 workouts. There will be specifics to the management challenge when you're facing a crisis. So, value creation is always important, but how is it different when you're in a crisis? And from an analyst perspective, how to serve your clients in these moments when they're going through distress, there's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of anxiety. And so it's a different type of engagement as an advisor, whether you're a lawyer, whether you're an investment banker or a consultant, than if it's a healthy company. And so we're going to talk about all of those different angles, and you'll get the benefit of understanding this situation, how to deal with this situation, legally, emotionally, financially, and in terms of the operations of the business. So this will be highly engaged and interactive from the beginning to the end. It finishes with a real-world experience where the participants will role play. Some will be an investor who's probably not going to get very much back. The other is an investor who's in a very good situation, but together they have to restructure a company. And they need to come to some kind of an agreement. At the end of it, you will feel like you've had practical experience doing restructurings. I hope this program will help people to understand the role of bankruptcy and turnarounds in the life cycle of companies. It's a really important part of our system is how we deal with failure. And as individuals, we have to struggle with that. As organizations, we have to struggle. And as a society, we have to struggle with how do we treat failure? How do we manage failure in a way that makes the system stronger? And I think what people will learn at the end of this program, in addition to the specific skills about understanding the different roles played by the different participants to the restructuring and what it is they bring to the game and how they do what they do, I'd like people to come away with an understanding of the specifics, but also the big picture role that these restructurings play at keeping our system robust and healthy and active.